Hey people, you might notice I have a new wide-angle lens. You can see more of the background. So one person commented and said they want me to talk about the Star Wars movies, make a review. Well, honestly, what I have to say about the Star Wars movies has already been said. My opinion is like exactly the same as everyone else's. I believe the original trilogy is superior to the prequel trilogy. I know that dialogue problems in the prequel trilogy, and I know that they're restoring too much of the original trilogy that's annoying. I mean, I got nothing to say, but I'll show it off, okay? Episode 1, okay? The Phantom Menace. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Episode 4, A New Hope. Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. And Episode 6, The Return of the Jedi. So, what do I think of the movies? Well, I find them very entertaining. I mean, I do have a Star Wars collection, and you may notice I bought some new ones. Here, let me go through this real quick. I bought him a shock trooper, and I bought him because he's kind of in the middle, just this way his helmet is and all that. He's right in the middle, like he can pass a stormtrooper and a clone trooper at the same time. Like that face is just like right in the middle of the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, you know, because that's what the original trilogy looks like, and prequel trilogy looks more like Jango's and Boba's. But I bought him, and I bought this C-3PO that comes with an Ewok chair, you know, from Return of the Jedi. I got Lando, I got Palpatine, and I got Ben Kenobi, old Kenobi, okay? And you can see he's standing right next to his younger self right there. But yeah, all my figures are here. All my lightsabers are present. But not everything that Star Wars related is on these shelves, but these are all right there. I've got all the Yodas from different series. Well, not all, but, you know, they represent. Got a little puppet, a lot of Yoda stuff. He's with his girls right there, you know. So yeah, pretty neat. So what do I got to say? I saw the movies 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and that's probably what most people saw. You know, they saw the original trilogy before the prequel trilogy. Now, I don't know how it is watching it from 1 through 6. But I had a friend who saw it from 1 to 6, and he says that he notices that 1, 2, 3 they're more action-packed, okay? More special effects, and the colors are more vibrant. And then we watch 4, 5, 6, which he says the colors are much more duller. And just the quality of the special effects and the stuff like that. He notices that the prequel trilogy was made after the original trilogy. Okay, and you know what? They've restored the movies plenty of times that, to me, it's a smooth transition. You know, I can watch it through. And you know, to me, my excuse is the prequel trilogy is supposed to be like the bright heyday times, you know, so the colors are all vibrant and brighter and stuff like that because of that. And then when the Empire comes in, the original trilogy, it's the dark times, so that's why the colors aren't as bright and it's not so colorful. Everything's all grayish, sort of. It's the dark times, so that's my excuse for it. But he doesn't see that. He's watching 3 new movies and 3 old movies. And the way you're watching it is you're watching it from high quality to low quality, sort of. That's how he sees it. But I don't see it that way at all. And personally, and he does agree that the stories from the original trilogy is better than the prequels. Okay, and that's fine. That's the in my opinion, that's the way it should be, because you're watching it from 1 to 6. It should get better each time, right? So of course the original trilogy should be better than in story than the prequel trilogy. That makes sense. Okay, but he also says that there's not much surprise in the like the Empire Strikes Back, the ending when when Vader revealed to Luke that he's Anakin. When we first saw it way back when, it was a complete surprise to all of us. It was completely shocking. That feeling goes away because he's already Darth Vader if you're watching from 1, 2, 3. To me, it goes up to, so 1, 2, 3 goes up, it rises, and then it drops down to 4, 5, 6, and then 6 goes back up. And you know what I'm saying? Like, the climax is always at the end movies. So if you're watching from 3, then you're watching from 4, the lightsaber battle is slow. It's just boring, And it's actually kind of a turnoff for him to watch Episode 4, the original Star Wars, because it's just, there's no Yoda, there's no major lightsaber battles, and I don't know. Well, he just didn't like it as much, and I understand that. I know what he's talking about. Now, will there be a episode 7, 8, and 9? To me, beyond the movies, there's an expanded universe. That's what they call it, the expanded universe of Star Wars. And Leia and Han, they had like 3 kids, right? They had Jason, Jaina, the twins, and then they had Anakin. And there's a whole huge story that's already been done. So if there is a 7, 8, 9 movies, is it going to be like afterwards, during, and an adaptation of that, or because there's already stories from what happened after Return of the Jedi, so I don't know what to do. I don't know what they would do, to continue that series. I mean, yeah, Luke and Mara Jade had Ben. They have a son, and this we found out that Jason he turned to the dark side, and there's a lot of story, the history. We learn about Luke's grandkids and stuff like that in comics, novels. There's no need for it. At least for me, there isn't. I mean, it would be nice to watch a film adaptation of that, but it's really unnecessary. Really unnecessary. To me, because I read all this stuff and I learn what I need to. But yeah, I call the movies the story of Anakin, but I would have changed, if I would make the movies, I would have changed a couple things, mainly with the prequel trilogy. I would probably have Anakin already be an apprentice in the first movie. Like, what Obi-Wan was in Episode 1, that should be Anakin, Anakin and Qui-Gon, that should be Obi-Wan and Anakin, And then they would have these adventures. Like, we don't know where Anakin came from. We just assume that he was just born from someone, and then he just turned to the dark side, and all that. And then Episode 2 would be like the Clone Wars, and Episode 3 would be how it was, I think Episode 3 was good, but episode 1 and 2 should have been changed a little bit. Like Attack of the Clones should be episode 1, and then episode 2 should be something else, like the big climax of the Clone Wars. And it's fine that they make the Clone Wars into like the TV series and stuff like that. I'm fine with that, you know. But if I were to do it differently, and he wouldn't be with Padme, he would probably be with another Jedi, like Anakin would have the children from Forbidden Jedi love. You know, that it would be nice to see the Padme of this story. You know, be able to hold a lightsaber fight and all that. Well, she does fight, but you know what? Well, what we see, I'm cool with it. You know, I have no complaints. No complaints. I just know that, you know, one can dream. You know, I'm mainly all these ideas are from other people that have posted on forums and stuff like that, speculations, and we just never got what we wanted. You know, I mean, I know that people were talking on message forums and stuff like that on how they wanted the prequel trilogy to be, and that's not how it turned out at all. You know, I remember in magazines and comic books, you know, in comic books in the back, they would have the FAQs, like, how would you think this would happen and stuff like that, and they would answer it, and what we got wasn't what we originally planned. You know, a lot of people wanted that Anakin would already be the apprentice of Obi-Wan. So technically, episode 2 would be episode 1, and then episode 2 would be like the actual war or something like that, like a huge climactic battle from that war. Okay, and then episode 3 would be how it was. But everything's just fine how it is. You know, the movies are the story of Anakin Skywalker. And you know, when they did the DVDs, the one with these DVDs, they changed a bit of the dialogue and a couple of scenes and stuff like that. And how they did it actually works. Now, I didn't like that they put Hayden Christensen in the redo of Return of the Jedi, but I'm fine with it. You know, I have no complaints. And I hear they're going to do to try to remold his face into the original actor when they open his helmet at the end of Return of the Jedi. They're trying to put Hayden Christensen's face on there, and I understand why they would do that, but you know, I don't know why they would do that. They changed the voice for Boba Fett, and I was really disappointed about that. You know, where are we on time? Is it really 13 minutes? Well, I don't know what else to say. But that's all I have to say about the Star Wars movies. I mean, agree with me, don't agree with me. Yeah. So I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Good night.